What do you see as the future for the business, for the organization BetterGrow? What are your vision?
Now the vision is very clear. We want to be one of the largest distributors in this space, largest traders, largest retailer. We want to expand on two wings. We want to serve the B2B community. We want to serve the B2C community also, while having the best systems and culture in place. While telling my vision, I very explicitly say this because this is one key element that we want to keep in place. Values are something that has been with us. This is the one single core reason we have grown from where we are and where we are now. So this we want to always say it out loud. We want to be the biggest, but all while preserving our culture and values. Right? This is where we are headed towards.
Welcome to FMCG Unseen. It's a podcast series that we have started to bring industry leaders who can talk and share their experiences with us on the next generation of leadership. What do they see as the future of their organization? But in those are hidden lessons from which all of us can learn and grow. And that's the whole idea of FMCG Unseen, to bring the people who are behind the scene in the front and share their knowledge and experiences with us. So today we are extremely happy and delighted that we have our very close friend Sehl Ayub with us, who's the young generation CEO, who's taking over the reins of his organization from his father, who has built this into a significant business empire. And he's now taking it to the next level through modernizing it, professionalizing it. And while doing that, he's also preserving the value of the company. So let's today speak to him and understand the business, how it is done. So the idea behind FMCG Unseen primarily is that if you look at in FMCG, one very common word that we say is that visibility is important. You sell what people see on the shelf or in the products. The more visible they are, the better you sell. But what really goes behind the scene? Who are the people behind making that happen? Who are the leaders behind that? The organizations behind that? That story to a large extent remains untold. And the intention of FMCG Unseen is to bring that story out, is to talk to the leaders and speak to them and say how we can bring that story out. So I know BetterGrow as an organization, we have been together for quite some time, and I know this has been a remarkable journey. So all the stories that I've heard about BetterGrow is really fascinating. I truly appreciate the way you have been open in terms of explaining to us the entire history of the company. So your father has been in this business for more than 30 years, but then BetterGrow started somewhere around 2008. And you are one of the largest players within the category of dry fruits and nuts, also in spices, very diversified business. You have your own cash and carry marketplace stores. You also run your retail stores under two different brand names. You also have a very large trading operations, Horeca, private label, manufacturing. So it's a very diversified business that you have today. So I would always love to start off with asking you a question about, can you take us through your journey, like BetterGrow as a company? What has been the origin? What was the journey so far?
When I also got surprised when you said we have marketplace and we have trading, Horeca, private label. Because when we started, I don't think we started off all with this plan. All right. My dad was in the Ultras market, the biggest market, right? So he spent around previously more than 20 years there with another company. Then in 2008, we decided to open a shop in Ultras, because opening a shop in Ultras was the biggest goal. Biggest goal.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
In 2008, yeah. So one reason is because one primary reason is very hard to find a shop over there during that time, and my dad's previous boss helped him find a shop.
Okay.
So that is a competitor helping another competitor to find a space and secure that space in the market.
Okay.
So and that competitor gave us good credits and all, and he supplied us goods. So that's how we started off. Okay, I want to come back to that point later. Yeah.
No, this is interesting. This is very interesting because 3 points you are raising over here. are you telling us? One is that your father's biggest ambition was to have a shop in Alras, and finding a shop in that one of the biggest wholesale market in the entire region is extremely tough. It's like a ambition for many people. But then he's basically starting that around 2008, which is exactly the time of financial crisis.
Yes.
Correct? That's a massive financial crisis. So he decides to go for that during that time of crisis. The second is that his previous boss is helping him set up the company. And at the same time, not only helping him set up the company, but also giving him products on extension, on credit. And so both the decisions look like, extremely odd kind of decisions. I mean, no, this generally does not happen.
Yes.
So what's the story behind it?
One would be my father's dedication, my dad's dedication during his 20 years in that store. Because when he started off with, there was a small history before the previous employee he had. But then when he joined, he was the first employee.
Okay.
And for a long period of time, he was the only employee.
Wow.
So as far as I heard, from sales to purchase to accounting to bank relations to PRO work, everything. So my dad used to draft MOAs by his hand also.
Okay.
With the broken English he had during that time. No chat GPT, no clock and all.
Okay. But your father did not come from a very large professional background, or
No, not at all.
and this was not a very established family business kind of a thing.
Nothing.
You guys have not been into this business, but just by his effort that he actually did that. But why 2008? Like, it's one of the toughest time to be there.
That's a very tough question for me also to answer, because I exactly don't know why 2008, the exact date.
Okay.
In 2007, my dad built our house. Okay, back in India. And one thing I'm sure that he depleted all his savings in 2007. That I'm sure.
Okay.
And then when he took that decision in 2008, I was in 8th standard only, so I'm not very sure why he took that decision. But alhamdulillah, very glad he made that decision during that time. Maybe because financial crisis and all was not a reason for anyone to start off with anything, right? We might think of this crisis and all once we are somewhere later in our business stage. But to start off with something, I don't think any crisis matters for that. So he opened up shop. And the shop was in a gully in Alras. There were no lights in that gully. It was the brick road was there. It's not a road, yeah. But there the space was big enough for two vehicles pass through. The shop was around 400 square feet or something. Very, very small shop.
Wow.
Very small shop.
So it's quite an incredible journey from one very small shop in one of the lanes, which is not even very well lit, and then from there to build a company which is now today considered to be one of the largest. In fact, I was talking to some of the people in the other countries, and the name of the company BetterGrow came up, that yes, we are buying our products from them. So it is having a regional impact now. How did that journey happen? Like, what exactly happened that made this company grow and become so big?
So again, all the 100% credit is my dad, because when we say the word vision, gratitude and all, it came naturally through his way of speaking. It was very natural for him. There was no words before. I don't know. Very recently, when the social media came up, we came to know about this vision, mission, strategy. But long before that, every words he spoke was full of optimism. Nothing kept him down, because during when we expanded the shop to the stores. Earlier it was one shutter, so now we took up a whole space of 4 shutters in Alras. And that again, when we say 4 shutters, 5 shutters in Alras, it's not a small thing.
It's a very big thing. Yeah.
And we took that during COVID.
Oh.
We bought our factory during COVID.
Okay. Okay.
So that explained his optimism and belief for the future.
Okay. So are you saying that he's looking at, does he look at crisis as opportunities, or does he not even look at crisis at all? He's like, optimistic always.
He's like what crisis.
Okay. Okay. And do you think that optimism is an important part of
Yes.
any business?
Yes. See, optimism is important part for our life itself. Not only in business, because for us business is life, but generally for anyone, optimism is one key factor that affects our mindset a whole lot. So when we wake up in the morning, if we're not optimistic of what we're going to do today, okay, we might know what we're going to do today, but if you're not optimistic about that, then half of the work is incomplete.
Okay.
Right, it's not done properly, and even if it's done, also we're not fully satisfied about that. So optimism is one key core mindset that we as humans should always keep having. It's very hard also, especially in times of crisis and all. It's very hard for us to think that way.
Correct.
But I'm sure he, in his early career, it was tough for him also, but forcing that optimism then made him a naturally optimistic person after all these
Absolutely.
years, right?
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. So tell me one thing. How did this name Better Grow come?
So our earlier name was Nazim Ahmad General Trading, and how that name came was should be more interesting because
Okay.
so those days and all, again, when we want to open a business and all, there's no Excel sheets or strategy or planning and all, right?
Correct.
We want to open a shop. We know what big goods we'll bring in. We know the customers.
Correct.
So now we need a name. I remember him telling me that we had to apply for the trade license in UAE, right? So we could give 3 options while applying. He started off by giving my grandmother's name,
Okay.
then my sister's name. Then at a point of time, I think he even gave his name also.
Okay.
He gave my name.
Yeah.
He gave my cousin brother's name. And the 6th attempt, Nazim Ahmad is also one of our other cousin. So it was just a name, like those days he
Correct.
gave
What is
that
a
name and
placeholder?
it came in. But when I ended in 2017, ended the business, or I think even before, when I used to go to the office and all here and then, I remember him saying that we need to change the name. If you want to go international, this name might not suit everyone. We want to change the name. Tell me, what name? Names, what is the name going to impact much, right? So then point came that he forced me, okay, now do your work. Then that's in 2023. Like that's after 7 years I'm in the business. Go do your work. We need to change the name. Okay, so now how to change the name? We could have looked up the internet, find out some names and put it up over there. Fortunately, alhamdulillah, we got to meet one guy. He helped in the branding and all. So we sat with him for the whole exercise of finding a name. So the whole exercise went like he kept us asking questions: what we want, who we are, why we are doing what we are doing, everything. He asked our history, everything he asked. Somehow along the lines, he read that we as a company, we as salespersons, we as people of the company were always in a perspective that we want our customers to grow.
Okay.
So, and then exactly that's how the name also came.
Okay. So this is interesting because when you talk about saying this better grow, so basically helping your customers to grow, is this because your father also in his journey when he started off had his previous employer and boss helping him out to set up his own company and helping him out?
Yeah.
Did it come out of that? Like was there somewhere unconsciously he was aware of the fact that if you help others to grow, you grow along with them?
My dad always was a value-driven person, because in his journey, because why I know this is because he's always grateful to the persons across this journey who has helped him, and he has named them very often.
Okay.
Very often means my dad's previous employer, he opened our new factory. He soft opened our new factory. My dad's uncle who helped him come here, he also was part of this all our journey. So he always names them. He keeps on naming the people who helped him grow.
Okay.
So that naturally being grateful, that gratitude, I think that's what made him also realize that okay, we need to help our stakeholders also grow.
Okay.
If he was in the position, like if he's in this position now because of other people's action, now he also needs to take action to help other people also grow, right?
Okay. So this is amazing. So now the question comes now, with all this happening now, your father being the person who's full of gratitude, he has a vision, although it's not used. The word vision is not used, but he has a vision. He starts off with a small shop, builds it into a proper large business over here, being one of the leading players in the categories. And we also see that he's not only he has the gratitude, but he carries on that value of helping others, and that's how the name Better Grow comes along. So knowingly or unknowingly, he's doing what most of the companies actually have written on their wall in terms of values, but he's actually living those values. Now the question comes that when did you step into the business?
I officially stepped into business in 2017,
Okay.
and not before that. I have not even stepped foot inside that shop before 2017. Actually,
Okay.
all my life, like I spent in India from 2007. I did my boarding in Chennai until 2017. Like my from 7th standard until 4th year of college, I was in Chennai.
Okay.
So maybe 70% of my life was in Chennai. The
Okay.
other 20% was in my hometown in Kerala.
Okay.
And then only for vacations I used to come here.
Okay.
And the vacation I used to come here was for 10 days so that I could buy snacks and dress to go back home.
Move back, take it
That's
back.
the only reason I used to
Okay.
come here also.
Okay. So 2017, when you came into the business,
Yeah.
so your father made you the CEO of the company the day you come to the business? Because that's what I'm worried, correct? Because a lot of family businesses have kids coming in and you're the owner's son, so you become the CEO of the company de facto, correct?
No way.
Day one.
No way.
Then what happened?
So in 2017, this one shutter shop had been two shutters. Okay. So there's a store separate and there's a sales point also separate. Um, so I did not get to go inside the sales store itself. I was inside the store.
Okay.
So when I came in, and when I came in also, even for me, maybe it's because of the exposure that I had. My interaction with my dad over the years were very less until 2017. So it's
Okay.
after 2017 that I started to interact with them more.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe because of this exposure, I had no, like, there was no vision or like thought process that went into my mind that I should be in the business, I should carry out this business, I should maybe one day lead this business. Nothing was there. I just came in one random guy coming in after college graduation. So naturally, it was a very common process that I had to go into the factory. I mean, go into the store. I mean,
Okay.
luckily I was not put in the factory. I was made to go in the store. So first thing we started off was purely loading and unloading, nothing more.
Loading and unloading meaning was the trucks?
Trucks, yeah.
So you were loading and unloading the trucks?
Yeah, very common because that's
Okay.
what we used to do.
Okay, but
So,
you're the owner's son. But did your father did not have other people to do that job? Why you were doing it?
he made me also do it.
Okay.
He never mentioned a clear reason. I also never asked him for a clear reason. But after a year or two of doing that, and now I understand very well why it's done. And this is the same process now my cousins are going through in the store.
Wow. So you have to start from understanding the fundamentals and the basics of the business.
More than that, fundamentals and basics are still easy to understand. The trust and bond of the lowest or the blue collar team is very tough to get, and this is one point where we go down in the organization and work with them, and that trust is gained naturally.
Wow. Okay.
Otherwise it is just we try to do that. They understand. Okay, there is someone coming. He wants to show off. But spending some time with them very naturally, alhamdulillah, I believe that gained so much trust.
Okay.
And that is more important than what I understand. More important than this basics or fundamentals of the business and all.
So once you've done that part, what was the next move? What happened next in your journey?
Next is naturally sales. So after that,
Okay.
I went and sat in the sales counter.
So now learned how to deal with customers.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened during that period when you were dealing with customers?
So when I started dealing with customers, so one from the store, along with the trust, I came to know about the products. And the product knowledge was, I could get a better product knowledge from there, even though not 100%. Even now also it's not 100% because it's a very big field. I don't want to claim that it's 100%. uh, then sales, got to know about the customers, like who are the customers, who wants to buy from us, and why are they buying from us. Because I've not been in Dubai before this, right? My whole life was in, so I did not know who my customers were, like what are they actually doing, right? So this way we got to know about them and what kind of people used to come and buy from us and for what all purposes.
Okay.
So this knowledge helped me to help them back.
Okay. So how much time did it take you to actually learn this about the customers and the products? Was it like
I was given a very short period only because then after he kicked me out to start my own venture.
okay, okay. So what was your first venture then? Like on your own shop, something like that?
Yes, on our show. So I told earlier, right, that we had expanded to 2 shutters.
Correct.
So then we got the 3rd shutter also.
Okay.
When we got the 3rd shutter, the first shutter was not needed. The first shop was not required. Our business did not expand that much. It was in 2017. So this shop, he converted into another business, and we started off selling chocolates and dates in Alras.
Okay.
We, knowingly or unknowingly, became the first people to sell dates in Alras. Dates were being only sold in Avi market until then. We started off with selling dates in Alras. Alhamdulillah, it was a very good decision. And now people buy. Now people, for them, it's a single stop solution. Alras has become a single stop solution.
Okay.
Now.
Okay. So you start with dates and chocolates, and this business must have been a great success for you, correct? I mean, you guys know the place, the customers known to you. Things. I mean, it could have been very easy for them.
The business model in Alras was very lean. Alhamdulillah, it was very easy to manage. Also, customers knew us. The trust was there because of my dad. The trust was there, so we naturally got customers, and our product range was very different. So we did not have to compete much with the rest of the market.
You're complementing them.
Yeah. So then the business model was very easy, but then we being business people, we had to try more, right? So then we took this outside. We started distributing it outside.
Okay.
Dates and chocolate. We started going out to the customers, pitching them, selling to them. So to do that, we hired a few professionals. We hired a team. We hired a sales team. Journey went well until a point of time, until COVID. Who wants chocolates in COVID?
Okay.
Yeah. So business was going like this. It did not grow this like this. It was growing very slowly. But in COVID, the line came very straight down to 0.
Okay.
It hit 0 actually.
Okay.
So in COVID, we had to shut shop.
Wow. Okay. Must have been really tough, correct?
Very tough. Very tough. It was mentally very tough for me because that might be the first time I'm facing a crisis like that in business.
Okay. I find it really surprising. Like, you come into the business, your father puts you to go through the very bottom of the pyramid, make you work through that, offloading and loading trucks and moving the products. And then he makes you sit at the sales counter, dealing with the customers and building that. And then he pushes you at a very young age to start your own business. Does not tell you to do the same products that he's doing, tells you to open something complementary and you start to buy and sell that, something that is not being sold in that market. And then after that, all of that, you actually started to expand and grow and start to feel that, yes, I understand it. And then suddenly something strikes you, which is like, okay, everything comes down to 0. Correct? So how do you recover from something like that?
The recovery, I did not do anything on purpose to recover it. Maybe the recovery came along with time.
Okay.
Okay. It was very hard during that time. I even cried a lot during that time.
Okay.
It got so hard for me. One, because I always thought that when coming into a family business or when coming to a dad's business, there was a lot of untold expectations about me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he is Ayubai's son. He will perform.
Hmm.
He has all the luxury in the world. He's spoon fed, everything.
Hmm.
So that okay, now I know that the expectations was only in my mind. It's not there outside. But during that time, I did not know that,
Hmm.
and that has had a mental toll on me.
Hmm.
And that mental toll took 1 year to clear it out from my mind.
Okay.
And probably how that got cleared out is by doing the same thing over again,
Hmm.
by going back into the business.
Hmm.
But now this time I joined back with my dad's business.
Hmm.
Went into the same repetition mode.
Hmm.
Went back to sales.
Hmm.
Went back to being the cashier.
Hmm.
Went back to being the sales. Okay. Then the next promotion I did myself over there by being the sales supervisor of the store.
Okay. Hmm.
So during that journey, alhamdulillah, then everything got back on track. My mind got back on track, and then I could push further.
So, so you basically you were actually running a shop. You were like sort of a startup, an entrepreneur, a founder yourself, and then that business collapsed, and then you had to recover, take some time to recover, and then you went back to the shop, started again with the sales, became a supervisor. So didn't it feel bad? Like, this is like I was here, a founder and an owner. Now I'm a supervisor at the outlet. So the reason is because I know for fact that people talk about saying restart, okay, and that's a big thing and they always talk about failure as a stepping stone, that you always move ahead from your failures, and people talk about saying that when you fail and you start again, you're basically starting with experience now. You know exactly what did not work for you, so you're not starting from zero. Actually, you have a head start and you're way ahead. So did you feel that at that point of time that you restarting is the right way to reboot yourself and go back into the system, and now you are doing better than before?
During that time, honestly, I had no clue of that. Restarting was my only option.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
uh, I had a word with my dad. I still remember we were sitting on the couch. I was like, we have to close shop. I'm like he was seeing me stressed for a period of time. So when I said, he was like very calm. I also was surprised. What is this?
Hmm.
We lost a lot of money. Also, I had to tell him this. He was like, it's a part of the business. Why are you so worried about that?
Hmm.
So that apart from the sentence, the way he told that gave me a lot of confidence, because then I like that was my first lesson, and then I understood that this is a very common lesson we will have to undergo across our business journey. We'll have small big failures across our journey, and we'll have to deal with it as business people. We have to learn to deal with it, and we'll have to come back always
Correct.
stronger. Yeah.
Absolutely. So when so let's say you were going through the ranks, now you become a supervisor, probably you would have done something more. So who were the people around you? Was it mostly family people that were working with you at that point of time in
Yeah.
the business?
Yeah. That time, back in 2023, 2022, we were only 40 people across the organization.
Okay.
Uh, 40 to 60 people, of which 40 were our labor staffs. And in the 10 would be family again.
Wow. Okay.
Another 10 would be people who have been with us longer than me, actually.
Okay.
So, again, family.
Family.
Yeah,
Okay.
I would say them
Okay.
family only.
So, just for perspective, how big is the company today? Like, how many people are there in the company?
Now
today?
we have 254 people working with us.
Okay, so it's 4 times more than what you had
Yes.
3-4 years back, correct? And now, is it still the same kind of mix? You have got a large number of family people still in the organization.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Uh,
So, when did you become the CEO of the company?
probably unofficially in 2023, but then the tag officially was put on in 2024 when we inaugurated our new facility in DIP.
Okay. So from 2017 till 2024, you are still learning the business. You are going through ups and downs, the failure, the success, learning the set and building it together. And now then 2024, finally, the moment arrives where you are now given the responsibility of being a CEO of the company. Now, when you walk in as a CEO of the company, what is the biggest thing that you see in the organization as both as an opportunity and as a threat for the company?
For my company, long before being the CEO, um, I noticed a pattern running in my company that when certain key people leave for vacations, the business takes a hit. Okay, and then that single point, like that was once very key core factor that made me realize that okay, this cannot be a business. This should not be business should not keep running like this. Businesses are a social commitment, and it should outgrow us. It should outlast us, right? So if it should outgrow us and outlast us, it's not like when few people leave, the business should take a hit. So I don't know what changes had to be done that time, but I understood some changes had to be
To be
done.
done, correct.
Yeah. So when I stepped in as this position, honestly, even then it was just a name title. We are doing everything we were doing in 2023. We were doing the same things. Probably we just inaugurated a new office and I had to go sit there instead of the in Alras. So first thing is cross journey. I took a lot of help from a lot of people. I spoke to a lot of people. Alhamdulillah, for some reason, I'm a sponge. I take in everything I get. Only it's hard for someone else to get something out of me because I had to squeeze me there. So this journey made me realize that first key focus is sales. Okay, probably because of my sales experience only. My first key priority was sales. In 2025, I did not know about the systems, other departments and all. Who cares? Let's focus on sales. So we built a team of salespeople. We added new members. We brought in, 10 new people after that, only for sales. And probably that was the first step I did. One core reason was to stabilize the sales pattern that we had. We did not want it to depend on few customers or few members of organization. We want to spread it across the organization and to create a good sales system that we have a network of team and a network of customers who can keep our business also sustainable. Right. Probably that was the first step when I did when I got in the organization. And then
you have also been building a lot of systems, correct, in the company. I remember you working on finance and IT and logistics and all of that. You were fixing many of those components, correct, as you were going along.
that was in late 2024 actually, because once sales started to grow, we've started to face complications. The gaps started to show everywhere. Our operation team could not feed the sales growth, could not match the pace of the sales. No other department was able to match the pace of the, because my priority was on sales. The sales grew faster than any other department. So then once the gaps started to show themselves, obviously who else to fix it? We had to go down and fix it.
Correct. So you basically started to work on the sales, and once the sales started to grow, and you also started to make sure that the sales is growing by diversification, opening new channels, getting more customers, building the sales team. And once that started to grow, you start to see that there were basically cracks in the terms of service and the organization and the systems that are there. So the next move was to start going and fixing the systems of the company. And how did you do that? Like, did you go the same route of taking the help of the professionals to do that for you?
Yes.
So did you hire people or did you get people on consultation, or how were you doing it?
We always did a mix and match.
Okay.
We had good people on board.
Okay.
And we also took help from outside. We have been taking help from outside for a long time.
Okay.
Even now also we have a lot of help from outside. And I also go to multiple different sessions to attend and all to gain knowledge. So ultimately, all these factors put together, all the knowledge we got, we started slowly implementing to develop the systems.
So what I see is a very strong bent towards learning in the organization as a CEO, your ability to keep learning and adapting to new things and keep building it. So in terms of systems, you are building the systems right now, and overall you are seeing the result of that in the performance of the company. So BetterGrow is growing.
Yes.
Correct. Alhamdulillah, it's getting better and bigger. I understand last year you guys expanded again into the Alras.
Yeah.
Now you've gone into open a second space now, and you are growing over there. Plus, your trading business has expanded a lot. And in that whole journey, did you ever think about manufacturing, or is manufacturing a part of the business?
Yeah, manufacturing was part of business from 2018 actually.
Okay.
uh, Again, a very natural decision. Most of what we did in our businesses until 2023 was not very intentional. It came with necessity. So in 2018, we saw that we were selling a lot of value-added products, but we were trading it. We were buying from outside, or we are getting it done from outside. We were doing either of those things, and we are selling a lot. So then we had to take that natural step of getting a factory in place.
Okay.
So
But did you know about like how the factory works?
No idea.
What's the machines?
Not in one single idea. Again, the single greatest strength we have, or my dad has in the market, is trust of his competitors.
Trust of the competitors.
Yeah.
Okay.
So naturally, our competition told us what to do.
Okay.
Yeah. So
This is the most surprising bit of the entire story I keep finding. Correct? Like you have competitors basically helping you out to
Yes.
be there. Okay.
we still have them. So that's why my dad doesn't like to use the word competition in business.
Okay.
He has actually forbade us from using the word competitors in our business.
Okay.
He never asked, even I should not have been telling this here also, the word competitors. He asked us to call them collaborators.
Okay.
Because they are our partners, they are our collaborators. Without them, we, for 100% reason, we would not have reached here.
Okay.
So my dad is he actually has forbid that word. That's a very literally. Yeah.
Okay. So you can, so they are the ones who taught you how to basically which machines to buy,
Yeah.
how to produce, how to do all of that. Okay. So now is manufacturing a big part of your business?
Yes, we are doing a decent, good volume in manufacturing now. We have a lot of value-added range now. From 2018, we started off with probably one or two varieties, but now our product range would almost cover 200 in the value-added range itself.
Okay. And what about your journey in the brand space? Have you ever thought about building brands? What are your thoughts on that?
Again, unintentional. So in 2019, in 2020 actually, we started off with retail. It came as an opportunity. My cousin brother had a retail optical store that he wanted to move into a bigger store, and he did not want to let the store go off from his hands. Because real estate, is very expensive. So he's one day calling me up. You're doing nuts anyway. You're doing the wholesale now. Why don't you start a retail shop? I said, okay, we'll try.
Okay.
Why not? So we opened our first retail store in Abu Dhabi.
Okay.
In Madinah side. Again, with zero knowledge, zero experience, zero exposure, nothing. We learned the business on hand by doing it.
Okay.
So setting up a retail shop, again, that was during the COVID times. Everything was new to us, from setting up the shop to finding the products, to placing the products, to hiring sales staffs, because until then sales staffs were us. In our
Okay.
shop it was only us,
Correct.
me, my brothers was there, to hiring new people and making sure customers are coming into shop.
Okay.
Consumers actually, not customers, right? The challenge was whole lot different.
So you are moving from a B2B space to a B2C space.
Yeah.
Okay. And don't tell me your collaborators helped you again over here.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes, again.
They did?
Yeah, because one of our customer also, who is doing the same trading business as us, his brother was my first employee.
Oh, okay.
So his brother had the experience of running a small retail store back in Ras Al Khaimah or somewhere. So he told me, you can hire him, you can take him, he'll help you with everything.
Wow. Okay. So how many retail stores do you have right now?
Currently, we have 8 standalone retail stores. It's under the brand name Tain Roastery. And then we have 50 shop-in-shop counters that we have partnered with some
Wow.
supermarkets.
Okay.
So primarily Union Cooperative, Abu Dhabi Cooperative, and Emirates Cooperative.
Okay. And so tell me one thing. You moved into the business in 2017, gone through a lot of these ups and downs, and start to work on the sales. But the diversity of the business, isn't it too much? Like, for example, you've got your own retail stores, you've got a shop and shop, and then you've got a standalone stores. And then you also have a marketplace to run, and then you also have trading business and where you supply sales and distribution. You're building a brand, running a factory. Isn't it too much for you as a CEO that you're building the systems along with it? Like, how do you manage so much?
Alhamdulillah, again, the lack of having knowledge was a boon for us. Like, it was a benefit for us.
Lack of knowledge is a
Yeah,
boon.
because that time if we had the knowledge that okay, how would we manage this much diversity, we would not have diversity.
Okay. Okay.
Because even then, that time when we used to speak to professional experienced people, they are like, don't. You cannot manage this much, you cannot manage that, you cannot manage this. But then who knows, right? We have to start trying for ourselves to
Correct.
understand that.
So from your father's first store in Adras to all the way till here, still the same philosophy of trying to do it and doing different
Yeah.
stuff and learning
Yes.
from the failures and
Yeah.
still moving ahead kind of a thing and perfecting as you go along. I think a lot of that goes against, I would say, probably in the professional space of conventional wisdom, correct? Where you look at competitors as collaborators and you start looking at don't think about any crisis, basically start moving ahead. There are always opportunities, small, big, nothing matters, just start. And you build it as you go along,
Yes.
correct? So, it's really nice that when you talk about this whole thing about it. So, in your journey now, from a family business, you are taking it towards a journey of being a professional business, where a lot of people are coming in on board, professionals are coming on board, and you're trying to stabilize it so that it's not dependent on few key people, but actually it's very well balanced out. The question is, how would you preserve the value of the company in this whole journey now?
So from 2024, everything what we do has been little bit more intentional, unlike the previous times and all.
Okay.
Right? So about the values, when you come to say about the values, until 23, values. So what I believe is values are part of our culture that we started off with. Probably my dad's culture, how he used to treat his people, how he used to treat his stakeholders, the community, everyone. The whole thing comes out in his natural way of doing things. So the first circle around him, who sees him on a daily basis, naturally adopt this.
Correct.
Right? Maybe some things lost, but naturally adopts it. The biggest challenge is to pass it on to the second layer, who doesn't see the first layer, because even when the first layer adopts it, they don't fully understand it.
Correct.
It naturally becomes their way of life.
Correct.
So we don't write it down on a piece of paper or anything. So what one exercise we did was in 24, we intentionally, alhamdulillah, that came with your idea only. We wrote down the full story from our origin up to here.
Mashallah, okay.
And we identified certain very key elements, key value systems that my dad, intentionally or unintentionally, my dad, my brothers, me, we somehow kept following, right?
Okay.
We took out those keywords and that we placed it as our values.
Okay.
Because at a certain point of time, then we have to start speaking it out. We show these values, it might not be fully understood for everyone. So we have to speak it out. We'll have to start to even enforce it during sometimes, right? So
Correct.
the first key idea is to write them down, because that's the biggest challenge.
Absolutely.
So we did that in around last year, and then we have started to enforce it down to the organization now.
So you think that people living the new team which is coming on board, who are not a part of the family, they would be able to understand and relate to these things, like just by telling them they will be able to relate to these
Not
things?
not at all.
Then how do you manage
Not at
that
all.
part?
So so one step is, even before hiring, we make sure that these are people, even if they come on board, they have the background to adopt new value systems and new cultures in place. Of course, that's also a very difficult thing for some newcomers to do. Very tough for us also now to adopt, go and adopt to another culture, right? So we look at that first, and then after hiring, for now, because we are in the business, me, my dad, my brothers, and their business, we keep on showing through our actions, through our communication, uh, not the direct keywords in the through our general communication and all. We keep on showing these values, and along with the placeholder that we have in the keywords that we have in place and the actions we show,
Correct.
they tend to absorb this,
So
and we actually want them to understand and absorb this instead of copy pasting to their lives, right?
correct, correct, correct. So you're walking the talk.
We have to.
So you're walking the talk, and you're actually not just putting them as nice marketing words on the wall.
Yeah.
You actually have stories behind them, and those stories get narrated on a regular basis through the actions and what happens, so that it's a living and breathing example of what's happening. Correct. The best part is, the storytelling and the values. This is what we've noticed in a lot of companies. So when people ask us, what are the values of the company? And we always tell them, it's in your story. Look for it over there. It's there. Correct. It's just that you have to remember, correct? And somebody has to document it. Now, it's much more easier now. You actually talk, the AI records it, it can beautify it. You just need to give it your own words. So that brings me to another interesting question, Sehl. Of late, I've seen you being active on the social media, on the LinkedIn specifically, and putting out your thoughts over there. And a lot of leaders don't do that, there. So why are you doing it? What is the purpose of doing it?
I'm a very, very, very super introverted person. Okay.
That I know.
Yeah.
Yes.
But one point of time came that, so when we say our name is BetterGrow, okay, it's not about the business. The name actually came because this is what we believe.
Correct.
Our purpose is to help our customers or stakeholders, for exactly, to grow. For them to grow. So apart from the business and for generally people to grow, they need value systems in place.
Correct.
They need insights. They need knowledge. And if I can share what I know to people out there who don't know this, or who can be inspired, or who can take this as their action point for them to do, maybe that's me meeting my purpose, nothing else. So that's for one reason I started on LinkedIn, because at least I can just type down some words and put it over there instead of
Okay.
getting on a podcast and speaking.
Correct. Podcast is tough, correct? You just have to talk.
Very
People have to listen. Okay, so you're saying that you basically wanted to put your ideas out there for the wider audience, for them to be able to see and look at how your journey and the value system and the Better Grow journey and learning from it, so people can relate to you better.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, today, when you are on this journey now of professionalizing the company, what would be the biggest barrier that you see in front of you? What would be the biggest hurdle?
So what has been the biggest hurdle, and now also what's been the biggest hurdle, is change.
Okay.
Change from one place to another, from one culture to another, one value system to another, one style of working to another. So that has been the biggest hurdle then, now, and I think this will be the hurdle that we'll be keeping on facing as we go also, because for me, for a certain point of time, the change was easy. Now, let's say 10 years down the line, because of the business scenarios, we will be forced to adapt to a new change. Maybe then, maybe that time it might be tough for us, me also, because we have been used to a style of working. So change is as far as I believe, is the biggest hurdle for any organization to grow to the next level, right? this has been our biggest challenge. Me For us, changing from a family driven organization into a professionally driven organization by keeping the values, culture,
Absolutely.
vision, purpose in place
Yes.
intact is the toughest part.
Hmm. Hmm.
uh, it would have been easy if you would have just got a professional on board and let them run the show,
Correct.
but then the underlying foundation might get impacted.
Correct.
So keeping this in place, making this change means we have to start breaking the thought process of first ourselves and of the people who have been working with us for a long time,
Correct.
right? And we have to hire new people and hire new professionals and make these two combinations work together
Correct.
seamlessly. Otherwise, again, it breaks.
So these professionals come from different backgrounds,
Yes.
correct? They're not coming from one particular, and you have got a set of people who have a family who has been there in long enough, and there's a certain way of doing it, and these two come along. So who does the balancing of making sure that everybody sort of assimilates and move in this in one direction?
Who else? Who else? Because I don't think anyone else should do that. It's not a job that we give to a HR or something to do that, right? It is the biggest part of our journey.
Correct.
Biggest part of the leader's journey to make sure that transition is being done seamlessly and the transition gets done properly also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, that's true. That's one of the biggest responsibility any CEO has,
Yeah.
is to make sure that everybody is aligned and moving in the same direction. In fact, we say that betting on the big ideas and building the right team, and then enforcing the implementation of that vision and those ideas, and then just getting out of the way. That probably is one of the biggest thing that you can accomplish as a CEO. Now, for the next generation of people who are coming into there are a lot of family businesses out there. And I see this happening on the two sides, so two extreme sides. One is I see that a lot of people who actually don't want to get involved in the family business at all. They look at this as traditional, old way of doing things, and they want to do something different and better. Even if this business has a lot of potential to grow, it can be modernized and taken to the next level. They just keep away from it and they say, no, we're going to do something different. The second bit of people I see is people who come in and they come with a lot of arrogance because they are from the family, they are the owners, they just got parachuted to the top position and they start calling all the shots. So that's the second biggest challenge that we have, that we see. But I'm seeing your journey in a very different light, correct? Somebody who's got into the system but made to work from the bottom all the way up, and being optimistic about the business, seeing it from a different pair of eyes, and then trying to modernize it and take it to a different level. I don't think everybody has that kind of a journey and that kind of an opportunity. So, if future businesses need to modernize and improve themselves, do you think that the approach that has been taken is the right approach to take, or do you think that there could be a better way of doing it?
Honestly, if given a chance, I would not do it any other way. I would exactly follow the same exact way that
Okay.
I have been given.
Okay.
Because so when I said my first phase, starting from the bottom is about building trust and settling into the organization, and that's required. Trust is one key factor, because tomorrow when you go up the ranks, you make new decisions and they fail. They for sure, some of our decisions will fail. And then when there's no trust and love from your employees to you, the bad decision that you make gets called out and that is spoken about, right? But once we have this trust, once we have the love of the employees that we then it's a very different story. It's very easy for us to do new things. They're there always to support us, because ultimately without their support, ideas still stay on paper, right? So one key factor of starting from the bottom is about creating trust. Also, while learning the basics of the business, going up the ranks, we keep on learning the basics. We'll keep on learning. Parallelly, one change what would I have done is, uh, while doing this, parallelly I would have sat at strategy tables where decisions are being made, not to contribute, but to understand how decisions are being made, on what thought process, what are the factors being considered, and all. This would have given us even more even more speed while going up the ranks, right? But honestly, I would not have started off any another way. I would have done from the bottom only.
This is really nice because I think going from the bottom all the way to the top is the journey where you learn all the steps.
Yeah.
It takes longer. In your case, it took from 2017 all the way till 2024 for you to actually take the formal responsibility of it. But then now you understand the whole business. You understand all the pieces of the business and you know how things work. And then you can take better decision. So what do you see as the future for the business, for the organization BetterGrow? What is your vision?
For us, now the vision is very clear. We want to be one of the largest distributors in this space, largest traders, largest retailer. We want to expand on two wings. We want to serve the B2B community. We want to serve the B2C community also, while having the best systems and culture in place. So, while telling my vision, I very explicitly say this because this is one key element that we want to keep in place. Values are something that has been with us. This is the one single core reason we have grown from where we are and where we are now. So this we want to always say it out loud. We want to be the biggest, but all while preserving our culture and values, right? This is where we are headed towards, and now it's very intentional. We are building in UAE on all four fronts. We are entering into new different spaces. We have a store. We have two stores in Al Ras now, specifically towards retailers and the export customers. And then we have a distribution team, or we have an outdoor sales team who go out to the market, who serve them. We have outdoor sales team catered towards the Horeca segment only.
Okay.
And then we have a private label division. So we want to partner with retailers who want to create their own brand, retailers or anyone who want to create their own brand with us. Okay. So we are expanding on all four fronts, and we are having two retail brands also now.
Okay.
So we are going in that space also, and we are in the works of adding a third retail brand also, and that will be in the form of a consumer packaging brand.
Okay.
So idea is very clear. Is one, we want to preserve our values and culture, and we want to build brands, because what we believe is that brands is the only thing that will outlast us. Okay, so that's the core way that we are headed.
Absolutely. No, this is important. So, what kind of people would be a part of this journey with you? What kind of, like, if you were to look at potential people who are going to work with you on this journey, who are going to be a part of this, what are the main kind of people that you're looking at?
So our purpose is very clear, right? Our whole intent of creating this business is to help our stakeholders grow. So anyone, low skill, unskilled, highly skilled, highly professional, family, anyone who wants to contribute to our purpose, who want to scale this purpose, we want to reach out to more people to help them grow, is welcome in our organization. Anyone. So we don't want to set any criteria of technical expertise or any other expertise. We want people who can contribute to our purpose. That's the ultimate goal that we want.
This is excellent. So now we have a vision. You know the kind of people who are there going to be a part of the journey. Your collaborators, correct? Everybody grows together, correct? And you look at a larger ecosystem. You're not only debating, not only looking at things like this as a crisis. You actually look at moving forward every time. And there's always an opportunity. Nothing is big, nothing is small. Just start, move forward, learn the things as they happen, fail, but keep moving ahead, correct? So this is good. This is really good. Anything else you want to add from your side?
To anyone who wants to start out there, one thing I would like to say is, like, we always tend to think a lot before starting. Like we tend to think in a point where we overthink. And everything goes down to paper and it shows a negative, and we don't even start it. What everyone to do is start no matter what. Start no matter. Have the basics in place, obviously, but start no matter what, and then be consistent about it. Stick to it and be consistent. We can always sign up for the gym, but if we can go the first month, But if results only will start showing up, if when we start going consistently, right? Even through bad days, even through whatever mood we are in, we keep going, we keep doing it over and over again, and the results will show. It's very basic, yeah.
So you're saying consistency is the key, correct? That you would always say, correct? Motivation gets you started, discipline keeps you going, correct? That's the key. Now, this is fantastic, Sahil. So nice of you. Really enjoyed the conversation. You know what, we're as Leverbridge and Brands Beyond Border Marketing in both the spaces, with Leverbridge being the organization development bit of it and the Brands Beyond Border being the brand part of it. Our real intention is to build very good organizations in the market, in the GCC, in the FMCG space, build very good organizations. And good organizations are built by good leaders. And good leaders get good people to work for them. And that's how great work happens. And so, if great organizations exist, they will be able to create great brands. And this region holds a lot of potential. And we have seen this in the journey of Ayub Bhai, how somebody's dream, somebody who's not come very professional background, does not have a lot of resources with him, still with his baby steps and his dream, his vision, his optimism. Today he built a company, and now with you coming on board, you're taking it to the next level now. So we have seen that happen in the market. So this is exactly the kind of work that we want to do in this market, correct? And we want to really work with family businesses on their journey to be professional organizations and collaborate with the best in the industry that is there. So Brands Beyond Border Marketing is on the brand journey, helping build regional brands. Leverbridge is all about building the organizations, and really happy about the insights that you shared today. I'm sure that's going to be extremely valuable to a lot of people out there who are listening to you. And inshallah, we'll get the best out of it. Thanks a lot for being here, brother. Thank you. Thank you for your time.